Ed Ebisui Jr. and Ed Ebisui III share more than just a name. They share a lifelong passion for fishing that has spanned 3 generations.
I've always fished since I was a kid. My dad had a wooden sampan that I remember from about the late 50s. I started bottom fishing, I believe, around middle to late 80s, 1980s. I got the boat that I presently have about 1985, and thereafter started bottom fishing.
I was always into fishing because my father and I guess my grandfather. Well, my father, when I told my dad I was gonna be a commercial fisherman, he was pissed. And I told him, you know what, Dad, I'm not gonna be rich, I know that, but I'm gonna be happy. And it's something that I still struggle with to this day, thinking maybe I made the wrong choice. But at the end of the day, I think it's just what makes you happy. And who knows, might have to find another job sometime, but never gonna quit fishing. I mean, it's always gonna be part of me and part of my income for sure. But yeah, it started off, you know, my father and Kurt would go fishing every weekend. And I would get sick like a dog, but I don't know why, I would still go. Anytime I'm around water, that's the first thing I want to do is look for fish and how am I going to catch it, how does the fish taste, like even when I travel still.
Like others before him, Ed Jr. learned the basics from established fishermen who were willing to share their knowledge.
Old friend named James Yu, you know, I was always interested in learning how to bottom fish. So I approached him one day and asked him to take me and another friend, Jimmy Cullen, fishing and showing us what he knew. And he did that, and that got us started. Then shortly after that, I hooked up with Kurt. And Kurt had a lot of experience fishing northwestern Hawaiian Islands, main Hawaiian Islands, bottom fishing.
It's hard to start like from scratch with no knowledge.
Yeah. I think it'd be extremely difficult to try and learn it on your own. You know, where and how.
I mean, it's a tremendous amount of knowledge that, you know, my father and Kurt and Jimmy Yu could pass down, and it would be a complete waste if I couldn't do it. James Yu, who he learned from, is actually still around, and I still see him at the harbor and, you know, talk story with them, and, you know, still there's always an exchange of ideas because you're never gonna master it. You can, you know, be pretty productive at it, but you'll never master it. As soon as you think you know everything, you realize you don't. Little techniques that you pick up from other people, you gotta adapt and try new things.
Ed Jr. and his son outlined characteristics that are an essential part of being a skilled fisherman.
I think it's skill, perseverance, patience. Critical, absolutely critical.
There's a lot of things. Currents, you gotta have a good understanding of currents, the movement of the fish. And, you know, I'll never know when the fish are gonna be in a certain area all the time. You just gotta go and you gotta scout it out. And scouting is very, very, very important. There's some fishing trips where if I know it's not being too productive, I'll just say, you know what, I'll just quit the fishing at this point and then put time in scouting. And it may not pay off on that trip, but it'll pay off in the end.
Knowledge and experience isn't the only thing they share. While it's important to recover the costs, Ed Jr. and his son always consider those who can't fish for themselves.
For me, you know, not being true commercial, first priority was to make sure that we had enough to take home and to give friends and relatives. That was number one priority. If there's fish over and above that, then that went to the auction. But like, for example, Christmas and New Year's, we made special trips for nothing but giveaway, the entire load.
A lot of other fishermen tell me I give away too much fish, but I figure it's just kind of goes along with the job. Since we live all over, You know, if I catch less than 50 pounds or 80 pounds, then, you know, I know it's a lot of times that's still worth a lot of money. Sometimes it's not worth the trip to town to drop it off. So that's when, and if the prices are low at the time, and you gotta kind of weigh it out in your head, be like, you know what, if the prices are a little low right now, I don't have that much, now is a good time to, you know, take care of people to take care of you.